You know what? The minute I see your reply to that post this morning, it's gave me time as I'm tidying up the house, starting the roast dinner, to reflect, to think upon a reply to you. Obviously, I don't know completely what I'm talking about. With a majority of situations, a majority of things, I just express my opinion on what I see around me. The reality is, when I started and I came to TikTok, I didn't believe in anything I had to say. I didn't believe I knew what I was talking about, but lo and behold, I found myself talking and speaking out about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard court case based off my childhood growing up in abuse and the feelings that I felt, the real time feelings that I felt it watching this mockery as we watched Amber Heard try and strip back the foundations of what it is to be abused, to feel abused, to live the aftermath of living a life like that. So any post I put up, and as it's grown, the aftermath community has grown, and I speak and I'm writing story of my life, and people connect with that, people understand that, and it's grown in a wonderful way. And I suppose it's about your targeted audience, your niche, and that's what I do. I speak, if I speak about being homeless, it's because I was homeless. So those feelings, that natural feeling, I don't post on everything I see about Meghan and Harry. The ones that I feel, the ones that I can connect with, the ones I look upon. Because you see, when you grow up in abuse, you constantly read a room. You understand good v bad, wrong v right, happy v sad. That's it. That's simple. Your whole body reacts before your mind because you were that used to being on guard, ready for bad to come. And that's what I share in general. That's what I speak about. But self-reflection is good. Now, when I first started coming out and speaking, if I didn't get the responses in which I've got, which has grown the aftermath naturally, I would have had a bit of self-reflection and gone, people don't relate to me. They don't understand me. I'm just going to go away and carry on with my life. But as it continued and more people reached out, more people in their darkest moments also, to say that I had helped them out by sharing my real lived in experiences. They connected a dot through me, through my story, and realised they were no longer alone. So that gave me that belief to carry on speaking out about the aftermath of going through abuse. But obviously, growing up in the UK, going through that abuse, who was at our Christmas day every year? The Queen, naturally, every day, a bit like your nan, sat on our TV giving us a speech. We watched the royal family grow. I watched the pain with Harry and William. I watched them walk behind their mum's coffin that day down that mall, like the majority. The world stood still the day she died. So we watched that grief, but we watched them move away from that. We watched them heal and start to find better days with smiles on their faces. But then all of this, which no one could have ever believed they would ever witness before their eyes, the drastic change in character in Harry, the damage and never-ending content, you know. And the thing is, with Harry and Meghan, most can speak upon because we know what cream he put on his, we even know the brand. This is how much they've shared. So even if you don't know a lot about Harry and Meghan, at this point, the majority that have watched on have a basic foundation of understanding of the actions and behaviours that they have seen and how they don't sit right to the majority. You don't even have to have gone for abuse to see the red flags kicking off when you've got two families now ousted out the way, and these two living in Montecito going about it in this way. You know, so I can only bring my opinion. I'm not an expert, not at all. I'm not a journalist, not at all. I'm just a mom. I'm just a mom who's been through a bit, who shares a lot, because that's also comfortable for me. Oversharing is one of the things in the aftermath of abuse, because you've grew up where everyone knew your business anyway. And it's a bit of a stay away. You don't want to come near me but yeah, naturally we will go away and beat ourselves up in that oversharing, because these are the actions and behaviours we can't help, we've got no control over, but it's about learning the tools of balance and understanding why we're like we are, accepting that in order to move on. Now, I'm going to do a post after this one where I speak about Catherine and her heartbreak at George having to get it eaten. Now, William's decided, and as a mom to 2 sons and 1 daughter, to a certain level, I can relate to that feeling. And my son is not born to be king, but he's my son. And strip it back, all of that, we all have that emotional connection to that feeling of what it would be like to be that family, to be silenced by the monarchy, and that level of never complain and never explain, to have one of your own who you've watched in pain, who you've watched move on, happy, healthy and healing, to be taken back to the start once again, with constant reminders on a loop of car crashes and perfume and the smells of his mum, in how I understand manipulation when it's out there in front of my eyes so strong. So you obviously maybe don't agree that I believe and know what I'm speaking on, but I believe because the majority see me, they hear me, and they listen to me. But if I was Meghan Markle and I was in that same situation where the majority look on and say, no, please stop, I would have took that in. I would have done a bit of self-reflection. But that is impossible when you're dealing with a narcissist, in my opinion.